So, Lakshmi, what do you think about MDM in the cloud? There is a hype around moving to the cloud, right? Where are MDM technologies with respect to cloud vendors?
Yeah, it's the world of cloud. You talk to 10 people, 9 of them tell it's cloud.
We want to move to the cloud.
They want to move to the cloud. But from industry standpoint, at least from the MDM standpoint, I personally think my opinion is we are not mature yet to such a demand that MDM fully can be in the cloud.
Right.
There are vendors out there who give fully MDM in the cloud. But when it comes to the demand and type of use cases and the business requirements, it's not 100% matching up.
So are you seeing requirements of, say, Azure, AWS, Google, all of these guys having infrastructure offerings, and you can now build MDM on those IaaS solutions?
Yeah.
Or are you saying that customers are still in the on-prem cloud itself, or I'm sorry, the on-prem MDM itself? What are you seeing in the market?
Oh yeah, it's a very good point. Let me be clear. So MDM on the cloud is something which is totally their own proprietary cloud, which tool is sitting.
I see.
When it compared to iPaaS, where you have your virtual machines spin off in
MDM,
Azure
right,
or AWS, and you build your MDM there, it works totally well, and there is no stopping there. But yes, there are some here and there black dots which we need to consider for iPaaS also. But my focus is more towards complete.
So 100% cloud vendor itself, MDM cloud vendor itself, like a Reltio, for example.
Reltio is a right example there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about your implementation. Amongst the customers you've dealt with so far, maybe can you summarize to me what are, say, the top 5 features that you repeatedly see in the market that your customers are asking?
It's a great question. I try to keep it top 5, but there are
15 seconds.
Oh gosh. So let's start off with a very basic and should and must requirement is integration. When we go to any of the client locations or customers of ours, we see they have n number of source systems. They could be industry standard, or they could be something niche for them, and we always like to have how do we easily integrate, or how do we get the data into MDM systems?
Ingest the data into
the MDM systems.
Okay.
That is one of the key point. Second one is data quality. So we definitely like to see data quality should be part of that whole suite. It's not like there are a couple of vendors out there, they just name it, we have a data quality, you can write a couple of custom rules or custom cleanse functions. But that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a full end-to-end. You should be able to maintain the reference data, the
out of the box rules and profiles.
Yeah, it should give us a more options.
Right.
There is one. And then next one is hierarchy. You can name a single client of mine or customer of mine who doesn't ask for this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hierarchy management is super ask.
Now, do you think hierarchy is an MDM function, or hierarchy can be supported? Meaning, can you actually build a hierarchy and maintain a hierarchy with an MDM?
Yeah, we have a couple of options there. Yes, we can build a hierarchy, we can maintain the hierarchy, and when we can give that privilege to the business user to
stewards and all that.
Yeah,
right?
stewards to maintain that. And there are a couple of options available. And every department, if you take sales, has its own, marketing has its own,
Right.
finance has its own. They use it for different purposes, for segmentation, targeted marketing. There are use cases you don't believe. I get easily 10 out of any other customer. Right? And the next one is BPM, business process management. It's a quite common ask, because every organization will have something or other, like a customer onboarding or product onboarding or approving the customers.
Right. So that workflow that you want to.
The workflow and the ease of putting a new workflow or approve something wherever you are, using your mobile or your phone, or any of these features around workflow management is one of the great tasks. And then the last and final one, which would be I can think of, is data enrichment. Like, you have now mastered the customer record. You have first name, last name, address. Then what? How do you know about him more? At that point in time comes into the picture, how do I enrich this particular customer record or a golden record with some social data available? It could be Facebook, it could be Twitter feed, it could be sentiment analysis, it could be DNB simple.
So you're categorizing the data enrichment vendors like Dun & Bradstreet and Facebook in that same enrichment category, because nowadays you have more data in social media than you do in a traditional environment like a DNB.
Correct. Yes.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, there is one other thing I want to ask you about digital asset management. So as we go through the digital transformation, I've heard this term repeatedly used in a lot of MDM vendors, that we do digital asset management. What does that mean? Is it important for us?
Oh boy, you touched the honestness now. Digital asset management or digitalization, it's the, what do you call now, name of the game.
Right.
And it is for right so. So in order for the competitive advantage of any of my customers or clients, they are moving towards the journey of digitalization.
Okay.
It could be the revamp of their entire environment with self-guided and more intuitive website,
right.
Or it could be chatbots, or it could be something else which is more giving a more perspective about their customers.
So artificial intelligence and
AI,
all that kind
ML,
of follow suite, right. Okay.
So, and more the MDM is sitting in the center, and it is becoming developing an ecosystem around it.
I see.
With all these cool features,
right.
next gen things. But believe me, all this need a basic data set which is clean and no ambiguity to identify your customers, or you can talk about your products, or you can promote your products. So MDM is becoming the core center.
So what you're saying is, I can now manage all my assets, such as marketing brochures, such as anything that is digital content.
Correct.
That my organization needs to take care of. I can now maintain it in MDM.
Correct. You can maintain that. We also call it product information management,
right?
Where you can typically maintain all these digital assets,
right?
And you can directly market them to omni-channel marketing.
Right.
So we are moving in the right direction of enabling our customers and clients to empower them to reach the right targeted customers and get better fruits out of it.
So I was reading the newspaper the other day. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't read newspapers anymore. I just open my phone and I look at an app, and news comes to me, right? So I'm one of those customers who are wanting to be informed and needing to be engaged, kind of an era. So Lakshmi, tell me, what do you think in this age of digital transformation, as an MDM practitioner or somebody who's trying to get into this field, what is your advice for that?
You brought up a very great point. Yeah, I also got engaged when I go to any of the outside.
Do you read newspapers anymore?
Oh yeah, I'm an old person, so let it keep it that way. So when it comes to advice, what I want to give to practitioners who are doing and who want to come into this field, it's a passion. First in place, you should have a passion to the data. Second one is, don't get carried away with the technology. Know your data, know your customer, know your data, understand the business value you are providing, try to connect the dots, how that value you are providing using your data. That means you are understanding the business. Once you are empowered with the business, the tools are the very last part of it. They will enable you. They'll put your knowledge in a better way to represent or use it.
So they are enablers, right? They're not drivers.
Right. And as we spoke in a previous question also, I've been very much stressing on this. Data governance, which is born even before I am. Not really, but but still remains same.
So you're saying what data governance was long time ago or 20 years ago or something is still the same agenda.
Same agenda. They are moving the right principles. Might be frameworks are changing. The way we are approaching might be changing.
Yeah, with the big data and all, maybe you have
Yes.
much more data to govern.
Yes.
Right.
And
Quantity has increased, but the quality still
Yes.
remains the same.
then the whole evolution of this hierarchy is changing. The roles and responsibilities.
Sure.
In that way, the governance is maturing.
Right.
But the basic fundamental concept of governance is to govern the data.
Right.
To put that in the right people's hand.
Policies and
Procedures, protect it,
Right.
and distribute it in a more concise or manner which you can control it.
Right.
And only some people can do something, not everyone can do everything. Concepts. No, it's all basic fundamentals. That's one of the things. Learn the basics of data governance.
Sure.
And quality. Again, I stressed in the previous question.
Yep.
Always try to maintain the quality of the data. Learn the principles of what the quality means. Not just running a few business suits what they're given. What are the key performance indicators to tell that this data is quality one, this data is not? It's all boils down to your business driver again.
Absolutely.
If you have a wrong person, you keep my address and Arvind's name.
Yeah,
It's messed up.
you're not going to be successful. Right.
So that's the one. And the last and final piece is you in the world of this digital transformation, keep yourself informed. As you already told in the caption,
Yeah.
I really like that.
Thank
Keep informed. And
Needing to be informed and wanting to be engaged.
right. So that's my advice.
So Lakshmi, thank you so much for your perspectives on MDM. He says passion is what you need to have as you go through the journey, right? So I appreciate everything you talked about. It's a very interesting topic. It's very close to my heart. Any last words?
As a practitioner, MDM practitioner, I like to give an advice or my opinion. MDM is evolving, but the basic fundamental principles around the data never changed. So stick to your roots. Don't get lost with new technology or technicals which are floating around. Try to hold on to your roots and learn about the business and use it for your purpose. If you have any questions, you can always reach me. Thank you so much, Arvind, for having me on your video blog series.
Thank you, Lakshmi.